we'll wing it a little bit. Okay. So Asimovo, we are, just think robotics DevOps. So this is where we've integrated a lot of the open source ROS-based tools, integrated them all into a cloud-based platform with fully scalable infrastructure. Okay, so yes, we are based in the Netherlands, so don't let my accent confuse you. I am Scottish, but based in the Netherlands. We've been doing European projects for the last 6 years and kept hitting the same barriers when it came to collaboration and doing very complex R&D type modeling and simulation, and said, hold on a minute, let's develop something here to solve our problems. And then we went and spoke to a lot of other robotics engineering companies and found out that it wasn't just us that had these problems, everyone had these problems. And what we see is that robotics is still very locally developed, often using local machines and local hardware, and actually, if you want to make more autonomous robots, you need to be bringing in a lot more multidisciplinary teams and doing a lot more cloud-based simulations. Okay, so this should go if I press it. Okay, so you access it via our website, you log in. Now, robotics engineers often like working in their own way, so we allow you to set up essentially a cloning version of how you work locally. You set up all your working terminals as you would have them. You can have your sensor data viewer, you can have your simulation viewer, and you can have your coding terminals, etc. You can upload assets into your own work area. Those are fully secure, only you can see them. Or you can pick from asset libraries. Okay, so you can pick from robotics, drones, robotic arms, rovers. You can pick environments and such. That's all basically all available in Gazebo, and also components. So think something like OpenAI, Python libraries, or GPS navigation, that kind of thing. All available in libraries. You set up and configure your workspace depending on your ROS version. So if you've got an old ROS 1 project you want to archive, it can always be available. You can always demo it while you move your local machine to something else. And then it's all about getting to the simulation. Okay, so here you can, the whole cloud instances is that a simulation is its own kind of container instance, and then you can run multiple scenarios in a fully scalable infrastructure. And so here's just an example of one of our projects. So this has got a red rover that we've put into a Gazebo 3D simulation, which is your top left. Bottom left, you're actually controlling it using your keyboard in this case. Top right is the view from that robot, and bottom right is the sensor data that robot's collecting, say from a LiDAR. Okay, and at any point in this loop you can do lots and lots of testing. You can build out that high-level control system, and at any point that you want, you can flip it, bring hardware into the loop, replace these two right-hand windows with the actual data from the camera, the actual data from the robot, bring that back into the simulation and use it for reinforcement learning or building out the control. All of this is cloud-based, so if you want someone else to be seeing it or demoing it and actually have a conversation and respond in that conversation, so this isn't, in this case it's a video, but normally this would be a live demo and you would be able to control it. Someone would say, oh, could you do this or could you do that? And you could actually just run those commands and show it with someone, and that is all available in the cloud. Okay, so different people use simulations for different things. In this case, it's building out the high-level kind of control. But once you've developed your product, your robot a bit further, you might be just doing a new software release and you just want to do a whole bunch of regression testing. So there you might just run a whole load of tests overnight or in parallel, or if it's reinforcement learning, you might run them in a loop. And then all of that can be stored in your workstation, okay? So the idea here is that you're using simulation not just to help define the robot itself and then work and help it become more and more autonomous in its behavior, but you can also use it basically to do all of your testing. And as you kind of move from robots being remote controlled or held within cages, and you want something to be able to be operated underwater or up a huge windmill or underneath the ground where you can't see it anymore, you need to be building out that behaviour, doing the majority of that testing digitally, and then just bringing that hardware into that loop for about the last kind of 5 or 10% of the time. Okay? This one is a nice example. We got given a quadruped from the last trade show we were at. Our neighbours gave us a robot because we can also use it almost like a sales demo. They can put it into an environment, they can invite their customers to see it, they can actually put it into 2 or 3 different scenarios, doing 3 different kind of tasks or behaviours. People can try it before they buy it, and actually, you know, we're kind of drumming up business for them now. And there's actually whole business models around how this. As far as kind of getting started, right now we are launching, literally. We're still actually in beta stage. So this is all functioning, everything I've shown you there is all fully functional and working. So we're looking for people to sign up and try it. But come September, October time, there'll be freemium accounts that you can just sign up for yourself. We give you a little workspace, a little bit of storage credits, a little bit of simulation credits, and then you can just try it a bit. And then when you want to convert to actually storing significant projects or doing simulations, then there's just kind of an upsell based on that simulation credit and the storage credits. If you're interested in doing that, I put some flyers and business cards here. You can just help yourself, or come and see us at the stand afterwards, or do the QR code thing. And I think that is it. Thank you very much.
Okay, perfect.